So each of you are, experts in your respective realms, right? So what is something that you have learned that has helped you on your journey and could possibly help others that want to come into the space that you're in? And then what is something that you think will happen in the next 5 years when it comes to XR fitness and what you do in the industry? I'm gonna let you noodle on it a bit. It wasn't in my notes, I'm sorry. Just threw that on you. Hey, big question. So anybody who would like to take it, feel free.
I'm so excited for the second one, but I want other people to speak first.
No, you're good if you have an answer.
No, go for it. I'm going to take way too long on what next 5 years will look like.
Oh yes, it's all come to fruition. No, feel free, Akash. It's fine. No worries.
Actually, I really wanted to hear more about how until you fall, actually, what that would look like, or how the community is progressing and things like that. And I wanted to actually hear more from what he's working on also.
Yeah, no. So I would say the first question was like what I learned, right? Like when I first got into it. I guess I'd feel like you should never underestimate your community. There are so many things that I think are impossible physical feats or something that like doesn't sound engaging or fun. So like we mentioned, like Until You Fall was not designed as a fitness game per se, but it was more that there's just added benefits to it. And so one of the challenges that I did, so there are moves that you have to dodge your attacks, and there are the weapons I said that turns like blocks into dodges. And so I was like, okay, cool, community, here you go. You're going to, how many dodges can you do in a row without doing anything else? And expecting like, you can't move, you can't attack, you just let the enemies attack you and dodge attacks. Here I am expecting like 5-minute entries, and that we literally had multiple hours submit. The winner, I think the one who did the most, had over 9,000 dodges, and like, she's insane. And so yeah, don't underestimate your community because they will do it. But I think that also, not even that point, not even just that point, but also the idea that like that wasn't intended to be a workout, but like think of all the calories she burnt doing that. And I don't know, I guess if somebody's going to enjoy doing that much, like during, I don't know, like there are so many ways to lose a player into the immersion and into that world. And I guess lose is the wrong word, but immerse your player into the world and get them so absorbed that like doing 9,000 squats or lunges feels like nothing because you're just invested in that game world. And fun challenges like that are something that I never would have thought I would have done, but also cool at the same time. I don't know if that answers part one. Where I think stuff is going, I think is hopefully more stuff like that, being able to, like on the software and the community side, like being able to have these immersive situations that are super gamified and with these added benefits. And we're obviously already seeing that, but I just want more of that. Like I want, like we have stuff like the big one that comes to my head, it's not VR, but like a Ring Fit Adventure. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. And that is, it's awesome because it's tracking the progress and it is very fitness focused, but it also as a player, like you're realizing like, yeah, this is very fitness focused. And I'd love to see more and of that hidden benefit stuff. And I think there are so many titles out there that are doing this, but I think we're going to keep seeing more and more done intentionally.
Sorry, Akash, just before, I could see you bursting at the seams there. So just before you get into your piece and what you want to say, I'll just jump in quickly. So I think to Kat's question, I think just in terms of what we've learned or what I've learned over the last couple of years is that I think especially on the sort of on the competitor landscape side is that you can't write anyone off. And I think in this particular space with VR fitness as well, it's more than that though, because you're going to have these dark horses coming out of nowhere, absolutely nowhere. So you've got, for example, even something like Beat Saber. Beat Saber, also, once again, it was never really intended for fitness, but it still gives you a bit of a workout. For them to pivot into a more of a sort of workout type app, or to release another title, maybe add on to what they've got already, that's a possibility. They've got a huge audience. They've got one of the biggest probably player bases in VR at the moment. So they could come out of nowhere. Then you've got the 2D platforms, Adam, like you were saying, in terms of like Ring Fit. Look, I mean, it is Nintendo, so it would probably just be a sort of Nintendo-focused exercise or Nintendo-focused game. But they could also come out of nowhere, and I think they did see success with Pokemon Go. So maybe they're looking to create some sort of mobile-based experience, in which case they could definitely dominate that space. And then you got guys like Quell, like Play Quell, the 2D boxing, immersive boxing experience, which I think right now is proof of concept. It's amazing. I think it's a fantastic. I think it's a fantastic piece of equipment. It is a bit of a standalone device, which is a bit of a tricky play, but who knows? Anything could come from that. And then you got the likes of Peloton. Okay, well, Peloton's in a bit of trouble at the moment. But the likes of like Tonal, you got the likes of Mirror, and all these home workout equipment that could just pivot straight towards online space. And then you've got the workout apps. And you got like Les Mills, you've got Sweat, you've got, I can't remember some of the other ones, but there's some really big players in the space who've already got the audience, they've already got the player base. And for them to create that product and to pivot into VR like Les Mills did, they could definitely do it. They could absolutely do it. So I guess what I've learned is that you can't write off anyone. And in fact, it's beyond writing off anyone. You've got to just really just see what's out there and just see what's coming from a distance. And then in terms of, I think, what's to come. So I think right now we're in a really good position when it comes to VR fitness. But the thing I'm probably most excited about is augmented and mixed reality fitness. When we start moving towards mass adoption of AR headsets and MR headsets, as soon as they start a lighter, more streamlined, as soon as we start to overcome all the issues that we're having with them at the moment in terms of overheating and in terms of field of view, that's going to be fascinating because working on VR is amazing and it gives you that immersive experience. Working out in AR just unlocks a whole bunch of new opportunities in terms of working out with a friend next to you, or even taking this experience to the gym, or turning something like a simple run into this crazy adventure. And I think that's going to be superb. That's going to be amazing. And once again, all the companies who are on the forefront of VR fitness are going to be completely poised to take that space in AR and MR fitness. So that's going to be super exciting in the next 5 years.
Awesome.
Akash, please.
So far are revolving around don't underestimate the community, never count out who might be at the table sitting next to you one day. It's so indicative of the industry at large and just how it's a Wild West of sorts. It's exciting, but Akash, let's get into it. What you got?
Oh, I guess the biggest piece of knowledge that I learned that I want throughout this starting a company, whatever it is, what I learned from about VR and AR in general is that people just want to move. Human beings as a species, we generally want to move. And that's, I think, what really caused the effect for Until We Fall and all these games. Generally for VR and where VR is going is we generally will want VR to give us more. We want more out of VR. We'll want not just the window that we have today and the controllers that we get. We'll want more, and that fact is clear and has been proven by just the pure history of where we got to VR today. So going back to the V, the Kinect, and now to VR. I'm seeing that we're getting a couple of questions in chat, so I'll just move through what I wanted to say real quick, and then I want to make sure we answer those. So in sense of what we're seeing, condensed version of what I was going to say is what we're going to see in the next 5 years is essentially we're going to find more and more cases like Beat Saber and Until We Fall. There will be just a plentiful ways of games, for example, just throwing out there, the old school Sonic games. They're just going to turn platformers they're going to port them to VR or something. And we're just going to be like, we want to play it. And then you'll get snapshots of people afterwards saying, my God, I am so tired of playing these games. Things like this are just going to keep happening more and more. And the awareness of that sort of content that is needed for VR needs to be pushed out there some more. And of course, just following on the fact, because just from the hardware perspective, people like me, other manufacturers, hopefully Unlocked Reality will be one of the first, but we're going to be building more things to support that, to support your transition into putting your movement into VR. That I know for a fact. If not me, other people are going to be making things so that we're that more immersed into VR. For a fact, that I know.
I hope you are right there, Akash, because like natural movement in VR, I am so I've knocked over stuff off of everything. It's embarrassing. My husband's, you are not allowed to play VR unless you're in the living room and you call me to help move the table because you just get lost in it. But absolutely, thank you all for your insights.